She got away. Know what I say? She can't choke. She don't know what to do.
She's gotta go. You know Barnes is on that flow, you already know. Can't wait to drop the track, we've been waiting for it. You know I'm dropping heavier than Frenchie spitting on it.
That was fire. I'm glad that it's unmuted too. That's dope.
Dude, I'm up for that.
Oh, me too.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port. I'm your host, Brian Barnaby. I got Grasso next to me. What's up, bro?
Good to have you back next to me, man.
Yeah.
Not on the computer.
I have to give it to and welcome to Mike, our super producer. How you doing, Mike?
What's going on, everybody?
Thanks for
Back where I
yesterday. Filling in for host duties, but I think we all can agree we're comfortable, in our positions, and we all excel at what we do, and that's what makes the show great. So
150%.
So pumped. It's Friday. We got a lot of sports to go over, and we'll start with my favorite topic, the New York Yankees. First pitch in about 7 minutes. They start their series against the Tampa Rays in Tampa, which historically has always been a tough spot for them, not just, in the postseason last year, but overall in the regular season. In New York, they play them well, but at the Trop, they've struggled before. And like we mentioned yesterday, we have Corey Kluber going against Rich Hill. And Kluber, made his Yankee debut last week, only lasted 4 innings, but, pitched well. But this time around, you want to see more of the same, except just a little more length. I mean, at least 5 innings, preferably 6, but all depends on, the pitch count early. We'll go over the lineups, and leading off, of course, we got LeMahieu, but he actually is playing third base. Usually he's over at second, but they had a late scratch, Gio Urshela. They haven't announced specifically what it is, but seems like it's a COVID thing, last second, contact tracing. So LeMahieu leads off playing third, Stanton in the 2-hole, and the reason he's in the 2-hole, Judge still out with that side injury, but manager, Aaron Boone did say he probably would be available to pinch hit. Looks forward to having him in the lineup tomorrow. So looks like they've avoided the IL there. Definitely a little frustrating, but what are you going to do? Then you got Hicks still batting third, 2 for 20, and he's batting third. I mean, isn't that ridiculous?
I mean, were those 2 hits grand slams or something?
No home runs.
That's pretty ridiculous. I guess you could hit 100 in Major League now and still play.
Yeah, I guess certain managers, they get comfortable with the lineup. They don't like switching stuff up, but it's just like, if guys are hot, why wouldn't you want them setting the table at the top of the lineup? So I don't get that. We got Glaber cleaning up, Jay Bruce at first, Gary Sanchez catching behind him. And then we got Frazier, Tauchman, and Wade rounding out the bottom of the lineup. Odor still going through COVID, so he hasn't joined the team yet. So Wade, he gets to keep his roster spot for now. And then maybe a little longer, depending on how long Urshela's out. Hopefully this is just a contract tracing situation, but kind of funny, early on a Friday, 3:10 start. I mean, it's the home opener for the Rays, but really don't remember a Friday game starting at 3:10 ever.
Yeah, usually it's Friday night games, but hey, maybe they're in Tampa Bay, nice weather, Florida, everything's open. They want to go out after the game, maybe have some fun,
and everything's backwards there too.
Yeah. So I guess that makes sense, and it's a shame though, because Florida, there's nice weather all the time, but they have an indoor stadium, so and it's in St. Pete. They're called Tampa, so they have to drive over this bridge. There's always traffic. People in Florida, they want to chill. They don't want to sit in traffic, so they don't get a draw, and they'll get their best draw when the Yankees come to town. But I don't know. It just seems like it's like, who wants to be in Florida and be in an enclosed stadium?
Yeah, seriously. Why? Like,
Makes
who
no
designed
sense.
this? Let's talk to this architect right here.
Important.
Get him fired.
Yeah.
Because if you're in Florida, you want to be outside. I mean, I was gonna say maybe in like the 100-degree days, but they don't have air conditioning in there, right?
Yeah. No. They do have air conditioning, but
Probably not in the field though. It's still gonna be hot.
yeah. No, it's definitely hot. And I think the thing is, because they don't get attendance and their owner, I think going into before he bought the team, just wasn't like a Steve Cohen, with all the money. So I think he's short on money. So he can't spend the money to get a new ballpark. But it's like, if a new ownership group comes in there, I feel like they could turn everything around, get a new ballpark, and then have attendance, because the team is always competitive, but they still can't draw because of the logistics.
Yeah, and Tampa Bay's got a lot of retirees down there that don't really care about baseball too. So
yeah, and actually a lot of them are Yankee fans because
true.
they're from New York, retired down south. So this game's going to be going on. Now we're about 3 minutes away from first pitch, and we're watching it here. So I'll give you any updates as they come along.
When Stanton strikes out 4 times, we'll let you know.
I'm hoping LeMahieu leads off with a dinger, but we'll see. And I'll keep you posted. And my hope, before we get to the Mets here, is for the Yankees to win 2 out of 3. You look at it in baseball, long season, but if you consistently win series, you're going to be set up, to have a good record by the end of the year. And the Rays, they're always competitive. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for. We'll see what happens. And it's kind of funny. Tony's not here because he's still buzzing off of the walk-off yesterday.
Yeah, he hasn't stopped smiling.
Oh, God.
But do you think the main reason he was smiling is because Mike had the Mets jersey on?
Dude, you should have. When he realized they won, it wasn't because he wasn't happy because they won. He was happy because I was going to wear the jersey. He was like, "Oh, the jersey, you got to wear it now."
Oh my God, too funny. So the Mets, and they do this all with the home openers, just in case it rained yesterday. The tickets, so they're off today, even though it's a perfect day for baseball. But they're not playing. So they're off.
Backwards.
They'll be back tomorrow, 1:10, against the Marlins. We got Trevor Rogers opposing Jacob deGrom. Obviously, big advantage for the Mets, in this pitching matchup. deGrom being one of the best pitchers in the league, but it's like, is the offense going to be there? Is the bullpen going to blow it? I mean, these things aren't certainties.
Yeah, I'll be Tony for a second. deGrom's going to throw a perfect game. Mets win 1-0.
That's literally like what needs to happen, and it's sad.
Yeah,
like
It's pathetic.
But the thing is, the other games they score a bunch of runs, but I don't know. It's not random because it's always when it falls on his day. I don't know if like the team puts extra pressure on themselves. Like it's just so odd.
I think that has happened with great pitchers in the past too, where the team just can't score when that guy pitches.
Right.
Like I remember the Dodgers had trouble scoring with Kershaw. Pitching.
Mm-hmm.
It's like why can't you hit when the good guy's pitching?
Yeah.
I mean, if you hit when he's pitching, then you're definitely getting a win.
Barnes, I was talking to Tony. I'm like, dude, if they don't make the playoffs again this year, and he loses, I don't know, 20 more games in a season, deGrom, wouldn't you ask for a trade? And if I were him, I would ask for a trade to the Yankees. We'd give up Stanton. I'd even give up some nice young prospects. Get Stanton out of here. Give them Stanton, and we get deGrom, and we go. I mean,
yeah, I mean, all makes sense to me, but I'm sure the Mets aren't going to want to give up, a modern day Tom Seaver, especially to the Yankees. So, I would like that.
Babe Ruth was given to the Yanks, so you never know, eh?
Yeah.
Anything can happen, huh?
We got a 2-1 count on LeMahieu batting against Rich Hill right now.
Look at that fat lip.
Hopefully, we'll see something.
Packing a fatty.
Something exciting here. What do we got in the 2-1 pitch?
Slider outside.
3-1 hitters count. So LeMahieu is a good hitter. So if it's outside, he'll take his walk, or if it's down the middle, he's going to rip it. So we will see. But, back to the Mets. I mean, they got to take advantage. They're 2-2 right now. You got these 2 games against the Marlins. Marlins are 1-6. And I said this in our baseball preview. Marlins got so lucky last year. They made the playoffs. I think they're going to finish last in this division. And the Mets should easily beat them. And it's kind of funny. I guarantee tomorrow's going to end up being a close game. Guarantee.
In natural Mets fashion, right?
Is what's his name getting hit? Cabrera. What's his name? Not Cabrera. The dude that stuck his elbow out.
Conforto will probably lean into one.
He's getting beamed.
No, is he getting beamed though?
Oh my God, LeMahieu.
That was a dirty pitch.
Slider down. Wow, strikeout. He doesn't strike out much.
That was a nice pitch. Though.
Hate to see it, but hopefully Stanton will put one into the bleachers. So
strikeout or homer.
Let's see. We got a ball outside to start, so good start. And then, the Mets on Sunday, the Marlins haven't announced their starter, but they're going to go Marcus Stroman, who had 6 innings. His last start looked pretty good and, got into a little trouble early. So I think he'll just look for some more general consistency. And, with 2 of their top pitchers going these next 2 games, it's all set up. So we'll see if they can finish off the sweep. Obviously, we'll cover it on Monday. And on to the NBA. So we'll go over some games, we previewed last night. And in the end, we got Heat 110-104 over the Lakers. And we talked about how the Lakers are missing, their big guys, and they were even more shorthanded without THT and Kuzma. So the Heat were able to, pretty much control the game. They get Jimmy 28, 7 and 5, what he always does. Oladipo looked great. And then he leaves with an injury. Already. He's only played a couple games.
Yeah, you're really hoping he was holding his knee
on a dunk, on a blow by.
You think he might be out for the season?
Please, God, no.
I hope not, because he was really looking good being that next scorer.
Dude, he had a poster last night too. Yeah. I thought it was going to be the poster of the night until our next game we're going to talk about.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so tough to see there. Bam, 13 and 7, but going up against Drummond. So, it's not like he was going to be able to get everything, that he wanted. And the Heat, they were down 2 at half, but outscored the Lakers both in the third and the fourth quarter. So another win. And we talked about how the Heat with these early season struggles, they want to get as many wins as they can. So that's big. And then you look at their next 3 games, they got to play Portland, Phoenix, and Denver. That's tough.
And probably all on the road, right? I'm guessing it's probably a road trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is tough. So getting this win was big. It was definitely closer than I think we thought it would be, but at the end of the day, Butler was too strong in the fourth quarter. And
don't do it.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, right when Drummond switched on him, Butler took advantage.
I love that it was
really
Drummond too. I was thinking of Barnes the whole time.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Drummond, I'm sorry,
I feel
buddy.
like Drummond might as well play for the Bucks the way you talk about him.
Dude, no, he's a UConn guy. I like him.
Yeah, we love Drummond.
I just harp on you because you're such a LeBron fan.
No, but it's just
he reminds me of Jelani.
I
like, because remember how much he loved LeBron? It was just like, doesn't matter what team.
To Cleveland, to Miami.
Yeah. Yep, same thing.
I just think with Drummond, I don't think he's gotten enough respect around the league just because he's not a shooter and everyone's obsessed with
he's a traditional
centers.
big.
Yeah,
he can't score.
But he impacts the game, and especially when LeBron and AD
he's going to be big.
He's going to be so good in that role.
Yeah, and Andre Drummond's probably the best rebounder we've seen since like prime Dwight Howard. So he does affect the game in that way. Defensively, he's great. He doesn't cover the perimeter as well as but he's a traditional big. Gobert and Embiid don't cover the perimeter that well either. We saw it with Butler. He took advantage. Don't do that.
Same player, bro. Is Gobert and Drummond.
Really?
Can you just imagine Drummond right now looking at Gobert?
Thinking, how did that guy get $200 million? And I'm stuck I'm probably signing a minimum contract next year.
Guaranteed, if they face off in the playoffs, LeBron's going to be like, we got you, bud.
Yeah.
We're going to get you that contract, bud. Might not be with us, but we got you.
Yeah. So, and then, you look at the rest of the Lakers, Schroeder, only 10 points, but he did have 14 assists. So with LeBron
don't see
out,
that much.
You need someone to distribute.
That's good to see though.
Yeah, that's big. And then Caldwell Pope, 28 points.
He was knocking down shots. That's where I think some of Schroeder's assists came from.
Yeah.
Dude, when you shoot as much as Caldwell Pope, you got to start making shots.
Yeah, he gets paid, so he's got to chuck them up.
He shoots so much.
but I would love to see what are his stats when he gets a LeBron assist.
It's over. He misses.
I don't know.
No.
Maybe
dude,
he had a little slump before.
You just have this imprint in your mind of the finals. It's like, dude, he's been cheeks everywhere else.
Yeah, seriously. He had like a good rookie year and a good finals last year.
Yes.
I would challenge you to pull up his stats. Because I think if you look at it, they're pretty solid across the board.
All right, we'll continue. I'll get them up.
And then, other than that, Harrell, 10 and 9. Nice getting the 9 boards, but didn't score as much. But I think overall for the Lakers, I mean, they competed here, kept it close, and obviously the Heat have a big talent advantage. So I think that's a positive sign. And then also the other day, I was going to mention this yesterday, but forgot. LeBron had an Instagram post of him and Anthony Davis. I don't know if you saw.
I did, yeah.
And it says, the weatherman says the weather is changing soon and predicts a thunderstorm is coming. Folks, prepare and take the proper caution measures to stay safe. So he's basically teasing they're on the way. They're going to destruct the league the way they have before they got injured. And the haters are going to need to stop hating because they're going to keep winning, and there's going to be nothing to say.
You're not winning a championship.
They're both going to be out for another month.
Brooklyn, baby.
Winning a championship.
Brooklyn.
No.
Brooklyn.
You saw Durant. He was 5 for 5 with 19 minutes on his comeback.
I saw Durant, but I can't wait until Kyrie starts some drama. I'm sorry, it's happening.
Then kick him out.
It's
100%.
He's such a wild card. He can't be consistent.
You're nervous. If that's what you're relying on, bro, it's over.
If that's what I'm relying on, well, the thing is, I would say is you look at Kyrie. He had what he's done it one time, and I get, this team, it's so crazy and all that. But I'm just telling you, he's not as much of a winner as he gets credit for because he had a great run with the Cavs, thought he was better than LeBron, and then has done nothing since then. But I'm saying he's a big part of the team.
But I don't even think we need to worry about the Nets in this situation. The Lakers got to worry about getting out of the West. And most importantly, getting out of the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
this team's probably going to fall to the 7th seed.
Dude. The seed doesn't matter. The seed doesn't matter.
Imagine if they're in the 6th seed and they play the Clippers first round in the playoffs.
A motivated
We're seeing
Clippers.
like the Western Conference Finals.
The Clippers,
motivated Clippers.
Are we having amnesia about Paul George in the playoffs?
No, you're going to see the real. You're going to see. You're going to see.
Apparently, his toe is swollen, and it's been swollen.
Paul George?
Yeah, and apparently it's going to be swollen until the season's over. So he's got an excuse if he plays bad.
Oh my God!
He's just setting it up early.
No, I'm sorry. I know the Clippers have looked better, and I've said it myself, but I'm sorry, they're flaming out in the playoffs again. I just know it's happening, and I think they're overrated. And speaking of the Clippers, they did defeat the Suns last night.
This was a game.
113-103. The Suns were up at half, but struggled down the stretch. And you look at it from the Clippers. Leonard had 27. George had 33, 7 and 9 from 3. And then we talked about it yesterday. Rondo finally makes his impact. 15 points, 9 assists, 3 or 4 from three-point range in 19 minutes. I mean, that's production off the bench.
Yeah, and I think he played 12 of those minutes in the second half. To be honest, the Suns were the better team for 3 quarters in this game. Devin Booker was playing angry, downhill all night. He played great. The fourth quarter, they kind of lost some steam, though. But the thing that kept the Clippers in the game, they didn't miss any threes. Like Patrick Patterson and Reggie Jackson were chucking up threes. Everything was going in. The Suns would start going on a run. And
the Rondo
next thing
effect.
you know, Clippers 2 threes in a row.
And I mean, it's tough to lose a game when you shoot 48% from 3 on 18 makes.
Yeah,
that's insane.
I'm telling you, man, like the Suns were way better, especially in the first half, even in that third quarter. But they would go on a run, and then the Clippers would just hit a couple threes
and
bring them right back in.
And they might as well have just had a 3-point shootout head to head because that's what was the difference in the game. The Suns went 6 of 24 from 3,
and that's tired legs right there. You saw it. They got open shots, but we talked about it. They played a tough game against Utah last night. You need your legs to shoot. Every shooter will tell you that.
Right.
They were coming up short on shots. Booker bricked everything he took from deep, and I mean, that's kind of what we thought, that they wouldn't have enough left in the tank to kind of finish off the Clippers here, and the Clippers did.
You know what I can't figure out, though? I mean, you look at the numbers, he's probably middle of the pack as far as percentages are concerned. I always thought Booker should be a higher percentage 3-point shooter. I don't get it.
It's the types of shots he takes. If you watched last night, they were triple teaming him at times.
And he forced it.
And it's funny.
Really, but
it's
Booker
funny.
He doesn't get those open,
I think
wide
he went
open
0
looks.
for 6 from 3 last night.
Yeah, and you could tell he was just kind of off. He got a couple open looks towards the second half, but he didn't make them. He's just tired legs. But he takes a lot of tough shots because those are sometimes the best shots that the Suns can get offensively. It usually comes down, when you're playing a good defensive team, to Booker with the ball in his hands to try and have to do something. So a lot of these shots that he takes are tough.
The Yankees just turned a double play to get out of the first. So we'll take that 0-0 after 1. Yeah, no, you're right. And you look at the Suns, I mean, these 2 tough back-to-back games, and now the schedule gets pretty easy. So you look at the next 4: Wizards, Rockets, Heat, Kings, Spurs. Easily should win 3 of those
so
games.
they won 8 games, lose to the Clippers, and now
they'll
that
probably
should
win
be
all
a
of them.
5-game.
Yeah.
I mean, the Heat are tough.
They're tough, but the Suns are tougher.
That's
how about that? So
the Suns were really impressive last night.
I think they're set up,
Even
and I think they're
2 things.
They're going to end up with the number 1 seed. But what do you got, Mike?
Difference was Kawhi, Jor Pippen.
Kawhi, Jor Pippen.
Huh?
I like.
Yeah,
you
you
never
heard
heard
me.
that, huh?
Jor Pippen. He is a combo of Jordan and Pippen, and he's coming for LeBron this season.
He's coming.
He's trash.
Okay, we'll see about that. And then 2, speaking of trash, that's a good segue. Your man, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, for this season, he's averaging 8.9. He's shooting 40%, but for his career, dude, he's 35.3.
But I think 41% from threes
for this
good.
season straight.
He's only shooting 42% from the field, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you
dude.
need him to shoot threes. So he just, it's like me, for instance. Am I better shooting a mid-range jump shot or a three-pointer? A three-pointer.
Obviously.
It's not even
Obviously.
close. So that's all right. And, you need him to just be a shooter. I mean, that's his role. So, I mean, I think,
I wouldn't call him a
once
shooter.
again, you would say that I'm right in this
No,
situation.
no,
You're
no,
wrong,
no.
but hey,
He's
I won't
trash.
give you a tough time about it.
Typical
Don't
LeBron
worry.
fan over
Yeah.
here.
And then, we'll get on to tonight.
Wait, let's talk about that Kawhi dunk real quick.
Oh, yeah.
That was the Jordan in him because no one
Yeah.
else could palm a basketball like that.
Yeah, not
he
LeBron.
dunked on Ayton from like
I've never seen LeBron dunk on something. No, I'm joking.
Kawhi dunked from, I don't know, 2 or 3
Dude.
steps outside the circle on Ayton.
On
That was-
Ayton.
That was impressive.
Yeah. No, I mean, he's got the
He
athleticism.
went and then had to go back and then come back again.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think the whole thing with
If it was
Kawhi
LeBron, it'd be a 20-minute segment.
and I said it yesterday, is that I think Kawhi's great, but he's not a top 3 player. He's more
Who's
like
who's better?
the back of the top
Who-
10.
You got it. What? Who's better? LeBron and Durant?
Giannis.
No.
No.
Giannis
hasn't won shit.
He's not
Oh,
better.
Kawhi's got 2 rings.
But I
you
just-
think Giannis has more talent, like skill than
Yes.
No.
Wow.
Yes.
Basketball skill, maybe
no way.
athleticism.
Athleticism
That's
and
it.
size.
Sorry,
Kawhi's
you
got
guys.
more skill than anyone outside
dude.
of Durant, obviously.
Here he is.
We just talked about it yesterday. I'm sorry, the Raptors championship was lucky, and you know it
How is it
firsthand.
lucky?
You're watching
That was the
series.
second round of the playoffs, though. They beat
But there is
Milwaukee
no
right after
championship
that.
if that thing doesn't
He
rip
beat
in.
him.
Dude,
He
Oh,
beat
man.
Giannis.
I just
And that
don't
was a
get,
tie game, too. The game would have went into overtime there.
dude. Does he still average under 20 points a game for his career?
Who?
Kawhi?
Why?
He's scoring 26
I feel like I just saw Mike smile there, so I think he knows that he's under.
No.
I'm gonna say
That should
I'm gonna
speak.
say 18.4.
If that's true, it's just not. But
19.2.
19.2, is that it? That just speaks to his rise to stardom.
Yeah.
He didn't play much his first few years.
He didn't play
Out of San
much.
Diego State,
He played
defensive
24
stopper.
minutes.
Look,
his
That's
rookie
not
year.
much.
It's 31.
On a
28.
stacked team.
He
Don't
was
act
playing
like
with
you're.
the
He's
Spurs.
acting. Yeah, he's acting like.
I think he rode.
Dude, he's
rode
acting
Timmy
like he was
D's
on-
coattails.
Oh my God, you're crazy.
Go to the
You had Manu. You had Parker.
Oh,
Who
you're
was the
just
MVP
tight.
of the
Pop
14-15 championship?
Against your
Kawhi
Heatles.
Leonard.
Green.
Against your Heatles.
Kawhi Leonard was the MVP. Of that
I
series.
think Danny Green
Because
was
he
more
clamped
important.
up. You know what? 2010,
Kawhi
baby.
locked down LeBron and was better offensively.
LeBron,
got them the ring.
I'll tell you one thing, and we have to
He
move
wasn't
on.
better offensively.
LeBron, the one thing I can't shake out of my head from him is him backing down not only JJ Barea in the NBA Finals, but Jason Terry and not be able to score. It's
I mean,
pathetic.
Barea's a solid 5'11", dude.
Yeah, I mean,
You know,
gosh.
165.
I've never seen that from
As the two, I mean, I always look at everything objectively, and I will say the one blemish on LeBron's career is that Mavs series. They were obviously the better team,
and the decision.
but I mean, as we know, sometimes chemistry
Not
takes
6, not
a
7,
season
not
to,
8.
to gel. So I think that was more why they didn't end up winning that
Still
one.
hasn't gotten 6.
So he's gonna get 10. So
10 rings.
no, I'm kidding. But
What do you realistically, Barnes? What do you think he's
minimum is gonna be 6 minimum.
Which would be what, 2 more?
Yeah.
Possible, but
I don't
highly
think so.
doubtful.
Especially, dude, he has to win this year.
Yeah, and with Anthony Davis'
as
injured
our
ass.
audience can tell, you're listening to two Jordan fans right here.
I'm actually a Kobe fan.
No. But I'm saying just the whole that like Jordan's so much better. You can just tell by the tone.
No.
There's a lot that goes into the tone, the naysaying, and it's just like, okay. How about you go average 25, 6, and 6 for 19
I'm not
years.
6'8".
Go do it, dude.
I'm not 6'8". I'm not saying it's me. I'm just saying. If I were 6'8", 290 when I was on the Heat, all jacked up on roids, I would punish JJ Barea. I would have made him not be in the league after that finals because he would have
been too embarrassed to show his face again.
Dude, but it's just there's examples of people all over who couldn't even win one championship or lost a ton of championships. Like, what does Jerry West get the Heat because he went 1-9 in the finals? You know, I mean, does anybody talk about that?
No,
he's on the friggin' logo.
That was 70 years ago.
Yeah,
still part of the league, part of the history. It's just insane that anybody thinks there's anything negative to say about LeBron. But
we didn't say that. We just said Jordan's better.
Listen, we're gonna have a full in-depth show another time.
I got nothing negative to say about LeBron.
Yeah,
but
like
Jordan is better.
It's a condescending tone. It's the more is expected when he's delivered on every aspect of the game. So that's all it is.
Kawhi's going to work him this year in the playoffs.
Oh my God, Kawhi's going to be lucky to make it to the second round. So like I said, we'll go in depth more about that another show, and I definitely can't wait to talk about when the Clippers lose. That is going to be fun. So on to tonight, we do have the Grizzlies visiting Michael Theofil's New York Knicks, and do they need a win after losing 5 of 6, not being able to win the other night? But they are a good home team. They're 14-10 at home, so you'd expect them to bounce back here. And the Grizzlies, I mean, they're 26-23, so they do have a better record than the Knicks, but you would expect them here to step up, especially after scuffling. So as always, we want Michael's blueprint.
Well, I'll tell you right now, you won't see a loss tonight. We've lost to way better teams than the Grizzlies, and I'm sorry, they're a good young team, but we're going to go on a little run coming up. I feel like I could sense maybe a 3 or 4 type of thing, keep us solidified in the 6th, 7th range of the seeding, I would say, and we'll hold on to that. But I'm looking at a big game from Randall, and honestly, I'm looking at another big game from my man RJ, and also, lastly, I'm looking at a bounce back game from Burke, your man Burke.
Dude, he's due for one.
He's due for 20.
Yeah, he's due. He's due.
No, I'm with you, Mike. I think this is a bounce back game for New York. The Grizzlies, they're up and down. They struggle at times. I think New York's just gonna be too physical for them tonight, and they do need this win.
Yeah,
let's be fair. Tibbs is coming out, firing.
And Barnes, who could be the third scorer? Tibbs. Can we try Knox maybe, dude? Like, Can we just give the kid a chance?
I mean, get this guy some minutes.
Let's take it easy for a second.
Oh my God, dude. You'll never know if you don't give him a chance.
Automatic bucket. Who cares if he sucks on defense?
Yeah, who cares?
The rest of the Knicks are good.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know what? I'd like to see a big game out of Derrick Rose.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. I mean, he's been back from his injury for a little while now. We haven't seen too much from him.
How about Quigley, though? Where's the 30 burger?
I think people got too high
that would be nice.
on Quigley too fast. Honestly, I don't think he's like the future point guard for the Knicks. I think he's a good, exciting scorer. But, yeah, I mean.
We'll see, dude.
We'll see.
You know why I like him? He's
Quigley's
a gym
young.
rat.
He's a gym
rat, dude. And you love gym rats.
Of course.
You know what they do. They are in the gym, and he's going to grow. Maybe he could be like a Lou.
That's what I think Quigley's ideal situation is, like a Jamal Crawford, Lou Williams type.
If he can get better
defensively
and be a second playmaker.
Yeah, that guy who could just come off the bench firing for you. Like every good team
has that. I know.
And yeah, that's I think IQ's role going forward in this league.
We'll see. Especially, we talked about it yesterday, which is sick. It's like, yeah, dude, if the Knicks were to fall out and they did get a Cade or a Suggs or something, like, dude.
Then you bring IQ off the bench.
I'd cry, but I'm not of that. I think if it already was supposed to be that, it would have been that. Like, they would have already fallen early and not been this competitive team.
For that to happen, they basically have to pull a Cleveland Cavaliers when they got the Kyrie Irving pick.
Dude.
I think they were like 12th They had like the
Yeah.
12th best odds.
And
or
it
something
was
like
a
that.
trade from the Clippers for Mo Williams. They got Kyrie Irving for Mo Williams, and they did nothing with it.
Hey, Mo Williams was nice back then.
He
Yeah,
was.
didn't do
All-star,
anything
all-star,
really.
all-star.
I was always a big Mo Williams guy, but I'm just saying the
Yeah.
comparison.
All right.
I mean, are you kidding?
Well, and also, dude,
Yeah, a
can
little discrepancy.
Can we
there.
just talk about, we're not going to get into conspiracies real quick, but like, come on, the NBA is a little rigged. When LeBron leaves, the Cavs get 3 out of the 4 years, the first overall pick.
But then the NBA made sure they said you have to take Anthony Bennett.
Yeah,
You know he's gonna suck.
yeah.
That's what they said,
Right after
literally.
they drafted Anthony Bennett, they like injected him with some stuff that would just take away all of his basketball
And-
talent.
Space Jam.
and
Where
then-
is he nowadays?
In Canada, I think.
I think he's
The
balling too.
CBL?
Actually,
Yeah.
And then
Dude, he was, I don't know.
the
He could've
funny
been good.
part is too they said enough is enough, because then remember how long they were talking about, because they actually in another Kyrie trade when they traded them away, they were talking about the Brooklyn Nets pick, and then they ended up being like I think 9th, and they're expecting to get the lottery, but the NBA was going to make sure that didn't happen. So you know, and you look at this game, and you know the Grizzlies. I've been impressed with them, and I think the big reason why is just. You would have thought the Grizzlies being 26 and 23 that Ja would be having like an all-world type of year, but that's actually not the case. It's just solid supporting cast that knows their roles.
Yeah, and I was gonna just say, like, dude, if you're Ja, because a lot there, if you historically look back, there's gonna be a sophomore slump. It happens. It happens to a lot of players, especially if their rookie year is so extreme, like his. If you see that, you're kind of being like, dude, that's pretty awesome. I'm in a really good spot because that team is young, dude.
Right.
They're young, and Jackson hasn't played all season,
Right.
dude. You're talking
Right.
about 2 of your top players not being at their what we think they should be. Obviously, Jared hasn't played, but Ja, we expect a little more. But he's so young, dude, and that's why it's tough with those young guys. It's like give them time, relax. Even if they are off the like, even Trae Young. I know you hate Trae Young. Like he's struggling this season, but let's pump the brakes.
I don't hate him.
Let's just like give these guys some time. They're all so talented.
And the thing about the Grizzlies, like you kind of mentioned, is they're building that supporting cast around them already. Guys like Grayson Allen stepping up.
Dude, I was
Dylan
gonna
Brooks,
say, yeah,
player.
dude, that's a stat. You put that in the rundown,
Yeah.
Barnes.
Yeah.
Shout out you, dude. I put it up here. I mean, do we need to pick a Grayson Allen card?
right.
I
Desmond
mean,
Bane,
we
a
might.
rookie for them that's playing very well
Yeah.
this year. He had a good college career, I think, at TCU. He was one of those guys that he was, probably like 22 on draft night, so he fell.
Yeah.
And the Grizzlies scooped him up, and he's playing good minutes for them. He was a 3-and-D kind of guy.
Yeah.
And that's what Allen has been,
Yeah.
40% from 3. I mean, that's pretty impressive. As well as having 30 points his last game. We talked about that. The average is up to 10.6. But also, we talked about it on other episodes. Valanciunas, I mean, his last 10, 17.9, 13.6 on 58% shooting, and then he goes 92% of the line.
Yeah, Valanciunas he really is one of the best offensive bigs we got. And this is a matchup. I think he could have a really big night tonight. No Mitchell Robinson.
What about Nerlens? He's nervous.
Nervous Nerlens is 210 soaking wet, even though
Yeah.
he's 6'11 or whatever. Yeah, Valanciunas is a big boy. He's going to overpower Nerlens down there. Maybe Obi Toppin gets some run at him.
Yeah.
Maybe Randall can slow him down. But yeah, if he can stay on the court, and which he can because of that free throw percentage that you mentioned, he's a weapon for them. Not every team has a big, powerful guy like that.
And when we're comparing, and who just was that? I think Frazier just threw that. We're a little bit of trouble here. I think we're first and third. 1 out in the bottom of the second. So
Barnes
hopefully and we can get another double play here.
Matt's heart's racing somewhere at Burr School.
But honestly, if you're thinking about it just from a contract perspective, I mean, wouldn't I don't know what the exact numbers are, but how would you not want to have Valanciunas instead of Rudy Gobert for the discount you're going to get?
Yeah, for the discount, that would be a big cap saver.
I feel like
get another player with that.
I feel like I have to look this up right now. Valanciunas' salary. We know
17 or 18 million. He actually does make a decent chunk.
But Gobert is with this contract.
Gobert's making over 40 million.
Dude, Gobert is. Can we just stop?
Gobert's making, I think, 41, 42 million a year.
Oh my god, dude! So
I mean, he is a great defender, but
yeah, dude.
Come on.
Enough's enough, though.
Yeah,
like is that gone?
No, top of the wall.
Top of the wall. But are they going to go review? But
all
all right, it's only one run. I just hope they're not going to review this.
A double by Adames?
Willie Adames. So
one of the few baseball names I actually know.
So I mean, you hate to see it, but
Adames.
But you know what? It's funny. I always say, I'm Mr. Positivity with the Yankees, especially. I always say, well, you need to score a run to win a run. So giving up one run, does that really matter? No. So that's my thought there.
Thank you.
Back to this game. I think this is going to be entertaining. I think it's going to be close, and I think this is where the way the other games have gone. How do the Knicks not pull it out this time?
Yeah, I think they're gonna.
So I'm going to say Knicks 106-102. What's your score prediction?
I'll go. I'm going to go really close to you. I'll go Knicks 96, Memphis 91.
Okay. And then
This is gonna be an ugly game.
As the Rays tag up, so now it's 2-0.
I'm going blowout.
2 outs. What's the score, Mike?
Score is 2-0 Yanks.
No, 2-0 Rays, but
I mean Rays, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 25-point game.
Wow.
Blowout. I'm talking smack.
So like a 106-80 type of thing?
110-90.
Okay.
So
we will see there, and then we'll go with Grasso's Sixers traveling to play the Pelicans. Sixers have won 3 of 4. We know what Embiid's done all season when he's on the court. Almost 30 points a game, over 11 rebounds, almost a block and a half, over a steal per game, and then he shoots 84% from the line and 39% from 3. I mean, what more could you ask for?
I mean, I think if he was healthy all year, I think that's your MVP right there. But he's got to continue to play strong. I mean, tonight could be a tough matchup for them. If you look at the Pelicans, Steven Adams obviously is one of the biggest, strongest guys in the NBA to guard Joel Embiid, and then Zion, other guys.
Well, then they could go double team with Hernan Gomez too.
Oh, Hernan Gomez, can't forget about him.
Knicks legend.
Yeah, and if Ingram and Ball are both questionable for tonight, but if they play, I'm expecting a close game. But these are the games the Sixers, they got to win these games on the road against teams that aren't nearly as good as them. That number 1 seed in the East, I think, is extremely important.
Yeah.
It sets you up for the second round against most likely Miami or Boston
and
instead of Brooklyn or Milwaukee.
And people are forgetting, Grasso, fans are back, and fans will be even more in attendance come playoffs. So
Yankees get out of it.
This isn't the bubble.
Yeah, and you know how good
TJ Warren isn't going off.
Yeah, no.
So you think, let's say what we're expecting, it's Nets, it's Sixers, Eastern Conference Finals. You think it's a big advantage for them to have that one extra game because it might be a 7-game series?
Well, I think it's more of an advantage on who your second round opponent is. Because if you're the second seed, say Brooklyn gets the second seed, they play the third seed, which will be Milwaukee. I mean, who would you rather play in the second round, Milwaukee, or would you rather play, say, Miami? Or maybe Boston.
See, but
I don't want to play Milwaukee in the second round.
But Mr. Milwaukee Buck, I mean, honestly, in all seriousness, Mike, if it was you, though, I feel like you would almost say you'd rather play Milwaukee versus Miami because
Miami's way better.
The pedigree.
You already know what's going to happen to Milwaukee in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They're probably going to lose in the second round.
Second round. Yeah. Dude, you know it, Barnes.
I think actually Brooklyn might get upset by them.
Oh,
honestly.
my God.
Oh, no.
Dude. Yes.
Oh, no.
Stop it, dude.
Yeah.
You sound like there's a tone.
Kevin Durant.
There's a tone with what you're saying right there. It doesn't. There's just a certain LeBron fan tone there with that pick.
I think Kevin Durant might get on his second Twitter and come at Barnes.
But I you know what, honestly, and of course it always goes back to LeBron, but just what we're talking about here with the Nets. But I just feel like it's like you look at that Warriors team. And they win 73 games. They have a 3-1 lead. But what happened?
Dude, you didn't beat Durant.
The Raptors did.
He never beat Durant in the finals. Actually, he did OKC. Fudge.
Yeah, and OKC. So
that was young Durant. That was young Durant. That was more Russell
He was
Westbrook
21.
ruling.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is every year you look at it, it's not like before the season we're all like, okay, this team is going to win. They win. That's it. That's not how the NBA works. That's all I'm saying. And I think you know that historically, not talking about anybody specifically, but just in general. You can't predict the champion every year. No one predicted the Raptors. And then I know they didn't win the championship. No one thought the Heat would be in the finals.
Well, you know what?
No, last year was different.
Jason Terry predicted 2010.
Nobody predicted Jason Terry. He could take his tattoo.
Terry with the tattoo.
And go work for the Mavericks TV.
You know what's funny, though? I love that he tattooed it when he joined the Boston Celtics, and that was the year LeBron completely just evaporated his soul.
No, what about how after they won the finals, he was talking about retiring, and then he played 6 more seasons after that. It was like insane. I don't know.
He rode the bench for a while. Udonis Haslem style.
And then one other thing before we get to our picks here, I do think Ingram healthy, Ball healthy, very close game, and maybe the Pelicans win, but especially without Ingram, I think the Sixers blow them out.
Yeah, if you don't have Ingram, you can't score.
Embiid's a monster.
I'm interested to see how they defend Zion, if they throw Simmons at him and have him play one-on-one, or if it's more of a team defense.
I would do that just to see what it's like.
Yeah, I mean, challenge Simmons. I mean, I think Simmons is the defensive player of the year, even though I do rip
he plays
on him,
1 through 5.
Oh, easy too. So I'm interested to see that and see how good of a game Zion has, because even if he gets by Simmons, you got Embiid at the rim or Dwight.
Yeah,
Dwight.
But so let's just say for pick purposes, because Ingram has been questionable the last couple of games, it seems like he's not really all right. And it seems like Ball has a better chance of playing. So let's say Ingram out, Ball in. What's your pick?
Philly by 20.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
on the road.
I think we're all just going to agree on this, and we're just going to move on.
I think it'll be closer than that because Philly's on the road. But yeah, Philly.
So we'll see what happens. Obviously, would be great if everyone plays. And then speaking of the Masters, so we talked about yesterday. Justin Rose, setting the tournament on fire, shooting that 65, goes out today and it shoots even par. So doesn't get any more shots under par. And then you look at the leaderboard and you have guys going 5 under par today, 6 under par today, 7 under par today. So now there's 3 guys that are only 2 shots behind him already. He had a 4-shot lead, a 6-shot lead.
Yeah.
And now already it's a 2-shot lead. So that's why I said 4-day tournament, a lot of tournament left. And then 2 guys that are tied for second, Justin Thomas and Tony Finau. And we've talked about Finau having that one victory in 2016. I mean, if he can make a run here, that would be a story. After we saw Spieth get his first win last week, that would be great.
Yeah. Now, are we expecting some rain today and tomorrow down there too?
I didn't check with AccuWeather.
A couple days ago, they said there was supposed to be some rain Friday and Saturday, which will drastically change how that golf course plays. So.
Yeah, we got Jordan Spieth teeing off on 18 here, 5 under par. So he's a guy. So I guess I had him at 4 under par. So this didn't update. So he's 2 shots back as well.
That's right in the bunker.
And he goes in the bunker. But hey, hell of a round today, shooting 4 under par. This is a tough course. So a lot of guys still, right in this. And Siwoo Kim, he's 4 under.
Where's Matsuyama?
Matsuyama actually has
a great first round.
He's even par through 9. So a lot of guys are in this. You look at it. So Justin Rose leads at 7 under par. You could go down to 2 under par. Ryan Palmer and Cam Smith, they're in it. Even Stuart Sink at 1 under par. Xander Schauffele 1 under par, because you shoot a 64, you're right there. Nobody can consistently shoot mid-60s at Augusta. So that's why you're always 1 round away from being in it. Dustin Johnson runs away with it last year, 20 under par. You're not going to see that this week.
That's not happening again. And that's what makes the Masters the greatest golf tournament ever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anything can happen.
So we'll recap what happens.
You got the shirt on, don't you, Barnes?
Yeah, do have the Masters shirt on. You can see the logo right here for the Masters. Great shirt, great logo, and shout out to my friend Riley. He went to a practice round a couple years ago and got me the shirt. So appreciate that. And speaking of Riley, I'm actually going to be playing golf with him tomorrow. So we got second round of the season, Griff Harris Golf Course in Greenwich, 6,300 yards. So I'm just curious, before we get to our Emmy Award winning segment, we're going to do a little over-under here for me. Over-under 100 for the score and over under 2 pars for me tomorrow. And this is coming off 1 par and a 109 last week at Tashawa. I'll start with you, Grasso.
Well, you did say this is the first time playing this course, so
No. For the first time this year.
Second time,
so
right?
I've actually played it probably 4 or 5 times.
Okay.
And broken 100 probably 3 times.
Okay.
So a little wide open, gives you some scoring opportunity. But the driver was a disaster last time. What are we gonna get this time? That's a wild card.
Only your second round of the year. I think you're going over 100, buddy.
Okay, and then what about over under 2 pars?
2 pars. I mean, if you get 2 pars and shoot over 100, that could be kind of embarrassing. But
but you think about it because you have a couple blowout
triple
holes
bogeys,
and then,
quadruple bogeys.
So you're gonna go over 100, and then what do you got on the pars?
I think you'll have 1 par.
Okay, so we're going under.
Under.
So under. Okay, and Mike, what do you got?
Yeah, what he said.
Really. So a lot of confidence for me here. I appreciate it. So honestly, just to, in spite of you guys, I actually might just tee off with my 5-iron tomorrow just to kind of get center fairway, not have to worry about lost balls. And I'm going to shoot a 92. So we'll see what happens. I'll update you guys on Monday.
I hope you do.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And now it is time for the Prizm pack reveal. Stanton on second and third, 2 outs. Let's go.
227. Wow.
All right, guys. We sadly don't have our camera up today, but don't worry, I zoomed in for you. What we're going to do right now is something we like to call...
And Stanton with the single. Are we going to get 2 runs in here? Yes! Tie game! That was clutch.
It's a tie game.
It's 2-2 in the third. And now...
with the first pick, Daniel Oturu.
Number two.
Big boy.
College? Kentucky?
Oh, baby. This is not what you guys think. This is not the same pack as the other day, Barnes.
Okay.
We have James Wiseman.
Oh, let's go.
Yes. Now we got trips with Wiseman.
Yeah.
We don't have
card
that one.
too. Different card.
That's the fourth.
Watch this. Ready?
All right.
Watch this. Cole Anthony.
Let's go.
First one.
Second.
Oh. Watch this though. Watch this.
Okay.
James Wiseman again.
Oh no, that's the Crusade one too.
Hell yeah.
So what are they 2 different cards?
Yeah.
Is the other one the USA card?
Yes.
Okay, and then this Crusade card, is that like something that's worth more?
Yeah, the Crusades are worth a little more. The USA card is actually not a USA card. They just put that because his eligibility got stripped from Memphis.
Okay.
So we did figure that out. But that's one of the best packs we've got.
Easily the best.
Maybe
hands
the
down,
best.
Hands down.
But Toro, we could forget about. But
but
2
these
Wisemans
3.
and a Cole Anthony?
Yeah.
And I just hope though with Cole Anthony in Orlando, they're rebuilding and stuff. I hope that doesn't kind of ruin the start of his career.
Or hopefully they rebuild around him.
Yeah, that would be great. And he's a guy.
They still have the big man,
Mo Bamba.
But I could see him ending up on the Knicks possibly. His dad did play for the Knicks, Greg Anthony.
Let's make it work,
I
Greg.
like that too.
I would love. He would be a great fit.
And
there.
Hicks just went yard.
Oh, you were ragging on
4-2 Yankees. Hicks heard me. He's now 3 for 22. So there you go, Hicks.
He's batting what? 108 from the field, from the plate to
Wow, no, but that was one of those he just admired. You gotta love Yankee baseball, and this is the start you want. You want to see this. You want to see homers early, and it just enough with the singles, the ground outs, the strike threes looking. We're making a statement, and I knew it too because Rich Hill, he's over the hill. Honestly, no pun intended. So love to see this, and I can't wait to watch the rest of this game. But this is it, guys. Appreciate everyone for joining us. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great weekend. We'll see you